Good morning to all my dear friends around the world. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here in Jerusalem. And we in Jerusalem don't have too many snowy days. But today we woke up to a snowy day. All of the streets are full of snow. And Jerusalem is covered with white. And most people are still sleeping. But apparently, according to the footsteps I see over here, somebody was here before. I don't know who. But we see that Jerusalem is covered with white. Something pretty rare in Jerusalem. It usually happens maybe once a year for one day. And today is that day. And I think it's expected to begin this day with a little bit of an interpretation of what Jerusalem in white symbols for us. Well, for me, it reminds me of two verses from the Bible that I am reminded of when I see Jerusalem in white. One of them is a famous verse from the book of Shalom to you all. Famous verse from the book of Isaiah. Isaiah tells you that if your sins are red like scarlet, they can become white. They can become white. What is Isaiah trying to tell us? Isaiah is trying to tell us that you can fix, things can be fixed. No need for despair. Sometimes people think, oh my gosh, things are so terrible, we're lost, there's no hope. Comes Isaiah and says, listen, my dear friends, even if you are full of sin, full of red scarlet sin, meaning full of even sins like pouring somebody else's blood, even this terrible sins that there are in the world. God tells us, the prophet tells us, you can fix things. Things can be fixed. You don't have to remain and stay the same way you were. Look at this white. Yesterday, there was all dirt here. Today it's all covered with white. And yes, the prophet is telling us that things can change. You don't have to give up. You don't have to lose hope. Things can become as pure as white can be. This is what it is. Jerusalem covered with white, reminding us about the whiteness and purity of what can happen, even if you're full of sin. But I would say it takes me also to another verse. Another verse is the verse from the book of Proverbs. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, a very famous chapter, talking about the woman of valor, the woman of the house. And it says there in verse 21 that she is not afraid of snow because her children are all warmed up with red scarlet clothes. Yes, her house is full of clothing, and the coldness of the snow, Here, look into this beautiful cat here running, I see. Oh, I missed him. But here I can see that, as I said, the woman of the house covers her children with clothing, and they will not suffer from the freezing cold of snow. But not only does she give them physical clothing, but she gives them warmth and love. And that is what the woman of the house gives her children. So they're not afraid of the coldness of this world, which sometimes turns its back and gives us a feeling of somebody who's not wanted in the world, somebody who's not accepted, and you walk around in a feeling of how things are cold. When there's a woman in the house, there's warmth and love. And yes, so Jerusalem is waking up today to the coldness of the snow, and it's reminding us that the beautiful, that the dirt and red of sin can become pure and white. And it also reminds us that a home can be a place of warmth, And when there's a family that warms up, they're not afraid of the coldness of this world. They're not afraid of what this world can frighten us with. So my dear friends, today from Jerusalem, when we are freezing cold, I'm sending you all wishings. You should all see the good of Jerusalem, the Jerusalemite goodness, which includes spiritual goodness and a love of God and inclusiveness. And also, you should all remember not to give up. Things can change, even when things look like they're red and with like scarlet, and they're lost of hope. Things can become so pure, like the white of the snow. I don't want to walk on it. I don't want to destroy it. It looks so beautiful this morning. The city of Jerusalem. Look at it. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty of Jerusalem. The whiteness, the pureness, reminding me of the waiting in the temple, waiting to see whether the scarlet thread, will it become white? Will it, God, forgive the sins of his people? And the waiting to see. And so we love you all, and we send you all warmth and love from the families of Jerusalem, from the warmth of Jerusalem, reminding you all, don't give up. Keep up. Connect with the purity of God. I love you so much. I love you all so much. Sending you my blessings here from Jerusalem. With love, Rabbi Yehudah Glick. Shalom.